Today's date is November 16, 2014. This is my deflated tent. Last night was the first night that I stayed here. This is only going to be an emergency temporary spot. I more than likely will be moved from here before my court date on December 1st, but it all depends on what kind of running around I got to do pertaining to Social Security Disability Review and or anything in the federal student loan debacle pertaining to the October 6, 2014 payment to them. The dealing with the fixed-based income repayment plan with them, and any current events that might muddy up the waters and cause my time to be occupied, including arrest, jail, anything. I was just showing the tents here. That's the tent, and then they put this it's totally covered up with a tarp and black weatherization sheets and some 55-gallon black industrial sized bags. The reason why I deflated it is because I'm way back in the woods. I mean, I am like totally 100% way back in the woods. And if anybody was just to come down up in here like fooling around, they wouldn't be able to see it because it's not up. The tent's not erected. It's flat down. And that was the purpose of me just taking the tent poles out and deflating it so it can't be outwardly seen by the eye. The only way that they would be able to see this tent is if they really walked up in here and came all the way back in here, because I am at the way back in the woods. I mean, there's so much camouflage of me right now that I can't even see the entrance of this area because of all the different fallen trees and bushes and everything that are between me and the entrance of it. Now I'm gonna make another statement here real fast. I'm a gang stalking target. The homelessness that I'm in right now was literally created by these little filthy rat-ass animals. And it's organized crime in the system, and right now it strongly appears that these little criminal skanks are going to be using illegal lodging tickets to entrap me in court for syndicated probate control and or for other effects, including anything that has to do with anything that I use to keep myself independent. Social Security, social services, federal student loan, or anything. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because I want you to be able to see, okay, I am surrounded by nothing but wooded area. Okay, I'm at least 200 feet off of an area where people might have a normal apparent reason to be. At least 200 feet, at least. And on the other side, there shouldn't be nobody coming up through there anyways, because of the kind of a area that it is. But here's the thing, okay? As a result of being a gang stalking victim, the homelessness was literally created by them. It's done to exploit the target. I made a lot of videos. You can go to YouTube and type in "Learning Disabled Woman Explains or Exposes Criminal Motivations of Gang Stalking." I'm predicting right now. Now, one of their techniques is to appear at the entrance and or exits pertaining to where a target's coming from and going to. Like, in other words, when you walk out of a door, you're walking out of a room to go into another geographical spot. Okay? They like to appear at the entrances, which can also be exits, just like you were walking in and out of a door. So when I go to leave here on any fucking date, and anybody is down up in here, especially within the area, because I gotta like walk up through here towards that way, and then once I get out of all the bushes and shit, then there's an opening, but the opening is still covered up by massive amounts of bushes and shit. Okay, now just so since I just moved here yesterday, I had to leave my bike locked up over there. Let's see if that's ever used as an excuse by anybody saying like a park. If I'm in a park, let's say if I'm in a park, that's what I was gonna state in reference to, giving an example of what kind of people could be used, okay, against any organized stalking, gang stalking target. The point being is this: until I can find a good spot to hide the bike is going to have to be locked up to where it's at. So anybody could come up here and say that they saw the bike locked up on more than one occasion and scoped the area and then found the tent and or found me. That includes utility company personnel, RR employees, if it is a park rangers, park volunteer service personnel, anybody who's acting like they're in the park to enjoy it for normal apparent reasons and stumble across it or me. including claiming they heard me or saw me. Any police officers or park rangers or park volunteer service members stating that they're sweeping the park to see if they can find homeless people who are not supposed to be here. I have to literally make these fucking predictions because of this bullshit that I'm putting up with. Now, if you don't think that public workers are not involved in gang stalking, think again. Just Google it. Police are as well. Even firefighters are. Just Google all these descriptions and cross-reference it to gang stalking. So they basically create the homelessness to exploit it through the tracking, surveillance, and observation of the target. They know where I'm at right now. Go to Google and YouTube and type in cell phone tracking and gang stalking. Okay? Now, if that's possible, they can even use the phone as a microphone and even hack into the camera on the phone. It's all over the internet that these are the technological capabilities pertaining to the technological resources that gang stalking perpetrators have and use. They're not going to use them unless, if they got them, you better believe they're going to use them. Okay? Which means they know my vector location. But they still got to play it in a way to where it looks like the police or park rangers, if it's a park, are in my physical presence because of normal apparent excuses and or reasons. Now, if any event transpires here on any fucking date, especially before December 1st, which is when I got a court date pertaining to where I was hiking at before here, the point being is this: they can use anybody. Homeless people, hold on. Alright, so make sure whenever you make prediction videos like this, you at least make 3 out of 10 private. Make this one private because you want to be able to, I might just luck out and they might not be viewing every single thing I upload, especially right after it's uploaded. And if they pull something that that's been predicted, okay, I'll be able to then make it public and show that they were involved in this. Now, in reference to the additional techniques of gang stalking, once they create the homelessness, they'll use anybody. They're already using anybody for the gang stalking of me around concerning what I experience along my routes on a daily basis. Homeless people, parents with kids, teenagers, elderly people, veterans, disabled people. The business community like you would not believe. So the point being is that they can prop up anybody down up in here to create any kinds of problems for me, including assaulting me, raping me, or robbing me, which they believe in turn will psychologically even motivate me to call the police. Now, since it will be a staged type of event, the syndicated cop will just be waiting for the call. And since my phone is more than likely hacked, I even told a police officer my phone's hacked. What should I do about it? Okay? They're nothing but whores. It's fucking just unbelievable. The point being, again, is that whenever any kind of event happens and I call the police, guess who answers the call? Well, let me just put it to you this way. Does a syndicated cop answer the call? That way, when his skank or her skanky ass comes to the scene, they can act like they don't know me. They can act like they don't know what gang stalking is. They can deny that any evidence that I show them, even though the evidence is right in your face that I'm being gang stalked. Okay. And what they'll do then is walk away, either arresting me and or making an incident report and or a police report stating that I'm mentally ill and that I don't know how to take care of myself because I'm homeless, because the documentation is needed for the illegal syndicated probate control, which is actually the criminal motivation. They create their homelessness in order to exploit it. So, racketeering like you would not believe, insurance fraud, and human trafficking. Okay? And more. So this is how I gotta fucking live because of these filthy rat-ass animals that are in the system. Judges, lawyers, doctors, police officers, firefighters, EMS service personnel. You can even go to Google right now and type in any type of name of any type of public worker, mailmen, postal workers. You can even go to Google and type in utility company personnel and gang stalking. Cable installers and gang stalking. Alright, I gotta go. This video applies for the next 90 days no matter where the fuck I'm at. No matter what, because I gotta go back. I'm going to Rouse today. And then I'm gonna go get what I need to get there, spend maybe an hour and a half maybe charging up my power cells in a little room that guests are allowed to use. And then go shopping. Now we're gonna see if anything happens in Rouse. Because I've caught gang stalk, oh my god, being repetitively said around me every time I go in there. So, let me just put it to you this way. Anybody bothers me in that room where I go to charge up my power cells, and we're going to see if there's no outlets available. The point being is that if any event happens around me, no matter where I'm at today, on my way to Rouse, on my way out of here, on my way to Rouse, at Rouse for the whole time duration while I'm on La Jolla Village Square Plaza, that entire property, bike rack, any business I go into, definitely Rouse about anything. If fucking any event happens, a complaint. And when they stage complaints, they stage witnesses too. Make no mistake about it. So the point being is this. Is that if anything happens towards me today or in the next 90 days, no matter where the hell I'm at, especially at hiking areas, because after I leave Rouse, I'm going to be going back to the other hiking area that I moved from to grab additional property that's completely hidden out of sight, to grab it and bring it. Now, there's going to be property still over there at least for another 10 days, because I only got so much time in each day to move property to here, hide it so it's out of sight, make sure that I continue to have my power cells charged for my phone in case something happens, and deal with all the business stuff that's going on against me right now. Social Security disability review, bullshit that's going on with the federal loan with the Fed Loan Students Servicing Center. Two separate situations going on there. Let's see what else. Oh, and then court. You know, I got to figure out what the fuck I'm going to do with that, and what they might do to me, which could fuck over everything pertaining to my Social Security disability review. I'm predicting right now that they're gonna say to me, Leslie, if you don't engage in a plea bargain right now, we're gonna put you in jail until your trial date that you're requesting, and I could lose my Social Security disability review as a result. I'm gonna make a huge email prediction file about it, and another additional video file about it. Now, here's another thing. I already put online on Twitter and YouTube, okay, that I plan on asking for a fucking trial. Since cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking, they know my thinking. As a result of them knowing my thinking, then there's a great likelihood that they'll stage another event before the December 1st court date, including at my hiking areas. So they can throw my fucking ass in jail for that, and then say, well, you're just gonna stay in jail until your December 1st appearance, since we see that you're in the system already, due to being in court on December 1st. So they create the homelessness, and as you can obviously see from what I'm stating, they're exploiting it. I had to move here because they came to my hiking area over there and gave me a ticket. That's right. Oh my God, you just would not believe what I'm going through. You just would not believe it. It's nothing but schemes brought about through maneuvers, tactics, and methods incrementally implemented. All of it brought about through the tracking of the target. They got to know where you're at to do it. That's why I predict what these little filthy rat-ass animals are going to do before they do it. Absolutely. All right, now, so if anything happens to this property, if I come back here and it's damaged or even missing, it'll be their way to cause extreme mental duress, because right now the only backup tents I got is one over there that's still erected at the other area. I got another one hidden over here, but the way it's hidden, it would take me quite a bit of effort to get to it, and I'm not going to say any more about that. And then I do have a small back one hidden in the bushes at the other area that I just moved from. But the point being, also damaging and stealing my property is their way to get me to go through my money to have to replace the tent. Now, I deflated it. The only way that you could see this fucking tent is here is to literally come up all the way fucking in here, or go walk all the way over by there, and then literally have to get on your toes, standing up, get on your toes and standing up, and totally completely look over, and then you still wouldn't be able to see the whole thing. You might see a corner of it. And the reason why I know that is because when I was first surveying the area, that's what I did. Okay? So the point being is this. Ouch. Dang it, I just got bit. So the point being is this. The only way this fucking tent can end up missing, okay, is that if they fucking came up here intentionally to fucking come up all the way back up in here just to scope out an area for what? For what? Now, this is where the homeless people might come into play at. That way they can easily excuse everything away by saying, well, Leslie, you're hiking here because you're homeless. What makes you think that other people wouldn't probe the same area? See, in organized stalking and gang stalking, they bring about all this shit towards you as a result of tracking of you, and then they make it appear that everything that's happening to you is either your fault because you shouldn't be here, and or because of other situations and circumstances that are happening because of, basically what they're attempting to do is make it appear that it's anything but gang stalking. By claiming, well, what did you expect not to eventually have a problem with a homeless person? You're homeless and you're camping in a park. What do you think that they're doing? Okay, if this is a park. Now, ladies and gentlemen, understand, this is organized crime in a system at every fucking level. Federal, state, and local, and they do work in concert. You can't be part of a crime group if you're disconnected. So, if you don't, the homelessness you're seeing me right in is a direct result of a postal worker stealing my rent out of the mail. Rent that was mailed, certified mail return receipt. Now, is Social Security federal? Is federal student loan federal? I've been on national radio shows exposing what's happening to me, and what I exposed on that national radio show has been caught on audio files since. Gotta get. I'm in San Diego, California. I'm going to be making additional videos. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.